Salve Needham Corvi. I'm Corvus Inveni, but you can call me Corvid. So today I am getting started on Ateez's first mini album, and I could not be more excited. If you saw my last video, you know that was my first time hearing an Ateez song in full. I'd heard a little bits and pieces from friends who are Ateez, but never a full song. So I was not prepared, fell in love way harder than anticipated. And I'll go ahead and put that video in the card if you wanna watch that. But yeah, if you're new here, welcome. Thank you for stopping by. If you saw my previous video, you will know that we got a lot of stuff coming. Because as mentioned, I will be listening to the full Treasure Episode 1 All to Zero album today, but that's not the end of it. That is just the start of my Unhinged Discography Deep Dive process. I'll be listening to all of their albums eventually, and in this video I'll actually be listening to this album 3 times. And in my next video, I'll be checking out music videos, live performances, and dance practices. So, a little bit of info about how this is going to work. In this video, only my initial reaction to the album will be fully filmed. And during that, I'll just be kind of giving my initial impression of each song and the album as a whole. During the second and third listens, those will be off camera. But I may film little video interjections if I have something that I can't figure out how to write down and I just want to get my thoughts out in the moment. I will take notes on specific elements of the songs during that. So listen number 2 is all about lyrics and vocals. That's what I'll be focusing on. And then in listen number 3, I'll be focusing on instrumentation and production. I'll come back on camera after that third listen to go over my notes and give my final thoughts on the album. As I mentioned, in the next video, I'll be covering music videos and live performances and dance practices for this era. So I recommend subscribing if you want to see that. All right, I think I have jabbered on long enough, and I am very excited to get into this. So let's get going. All right, so I am ready to get started. As a note, I do have Genius lyrics pulled up on my other monitor. So if you see me glancing over there, that's what I'm looking at. I'm not going to be focusing in on lyrics in this listen, but I do like to have them up just to look at. So yeah, I think we're ready. Intro, Long Journey.
People want it. People dream about it. It can be different to every individual. It can complete us, or it can destroy us.
Oh.
And it can change the world. People call it treasure.
Mm-hmm. Oh, we really are going full pirate, huh?
The sound of wind blowing from the horizon. The warmth of the sun hitting the ocean waves. The vibration of sand beating like the hearts of youth. We're at the starting point of this long journey. The freezing winds may make us shiver. The heat of the sun may make us thirsty. The vibrations of the sand may swallow us. But we'll never stop
Oh. Oh, we really are just starting full concept. This is about pirates. I love that. There's not much musically to note other than like the very piratey instrumental, which is very good. The spoken part, like, yeah, they're setting the scene. Alright, Pirate King. Okay. Oh, I didn't expect that. Okay. I expected like a hard drop. I didn't expect. Oh, that's. It's vibey. Just turn the volume up. Ooh, vocals. Oh. Okay. I have no choice but to move like. Oh, I'm assuming this is a dance break. That like stepped vocal at the end? Okay, okay. That one's not my favorite of the ones I've heard. Doesn't mean it's not good. Let me be very clear. It is good. It's just, I think that's one that I'm gonna need to see. You know, like that feels like one that like the performance is what like ties it all together. You know how there's some stuff that's like that where it's like, okay, yeah, on its own, this is like good, but it's the performance. Like that's what that feels like. Is one that like the actual performance is what ends up making it, you know? So I am very excited to see the music video for that one. I know that is, so my friend Riker, that if you saw my last video, Riker helped kind of guide my little Ateez journey. so they noted that that song Pirate King and this song Treasure are both title tracks, and that they do double title tracks a lot. So I'm very curious about this one too. Let's get into it. I love this beat. Ooh, love that harmony. Ooh! Oh, I like this a lot. Runs. Oh. We've switched it up. Okay. I like what they're doing with the verses, kind of like having them go back and forth. The rappers kind of like, I don't know, and like at different like kind of tempos almost. Obviously the song has not changed tempo, but like one of them doing like on beat and then other one doing like double time, like that feels really good on my brain. That probably doesn't make any sense. But yeah, I like that. I like the alternating. I love that harmony. This one just feels good. This just feels good. I don't know what, this one just feels good. Bridge. Love that key change. Okay. Okay, vocals. Run. Okay. Pause. Not going into Twilight yet. I am curious with the lyrics. So I had, like I said, I have the lyrics pulled up, but I need to get the translation going. Okay. Okay. wasted, no more wasting. Yeah. Just like, we're gonna get there. We're gonna be successful. We're gonna do it, guys. Aww. Yeah, no wonder that one feels good. It's just like a, we're gonna fucking make it. Alright? It's gonna happen. That's very sweet. I love that. Twilight is next. Okay.
This is how I feel about you.
Oh, ballad.
It's like twilight, yeah. Oh baby, I
Oh.
just wanna see that twilight. Wanna see that with you.
Oh. Oh, I love this. Something about, like, I'll back it up, but something about, like, little, like, synthetic, like, mallet instruments like that reminds me of Owl City always. I'm not saying that this sounds like Owl City, because it really doesn't, but something about that always triggers, like, Owl City in my brain. And then I get nostalgic. I don't know. This is probably just a me thing. But this is giving nostalgic for me. It's giving Saltwater Room by Owl City, but not at all, because that's not what it sounds like. It's just that one specific instrument is associated with Owl City in my brain. This is definitely a me problem. It's not a problem, but...
This is how I feel about you. Twilight, it's like twilight, yeah. Oh baby, I just wanna see that twilight. Wanna see that with you.
So sweet. Oh, hello, flute.
젖은 모래 위에 우리 단둘이 함께라면 이 시간은 paradise. 날 감싸는 석양은 마치 It's mine all mine. Yeah, 우린 지금 물들어가.
Love that harmony.
뜨거워진 우리 맘을 눈치채고 가감히 덮은 파스텔 덮어버린 붉은 빛의 감다. 아직 마주보기 쉽지 않지만 이런 배경이 있다면 눈무는 것이 가문이야. 우리가 우리라 둘러본
The flute was a fantastic choice. That is perfect. Yes. More groups should put flute in their stuff. Are you kidding me? I love a flute. It's a flute. Why is there a flute here? I don't know, but I love it.
덮은 파스텔 덮어버린 붉은 빛의 감다. 아직 마주보기 쉽지 않지만 이런 배경이 있다면 눈무는 것이 가문이야. 우리가 우리라 둘러본 것들 우리만의 우리 안에 둘이라는 섬 한없이 달리다 드넓은 들판에 누워 녹아보는 것들. This is how I feel about you. Twilight, it's like
I love-
twilight, yeah. Oh baby, I just wanna see that twilight. Wanna see that with you.
Oh,
Tell me, yeah.
this whole mini album. This whole mini album just feels so good. Oh, it just feels so, oh, I'm getting the energy now. I'm getting it now. We're having a good time. We're having a really good time. Why does this feel so uplifting? I should back it up, because I, like, talked over a bit.
우리 꿈은 이제 더 눈이 부셔. 저 붉은 하늘
Oh yeah. This is the kind of song you put on when you're on a drive and you just want to like roll the windows down and just like enjoy like a summer day, you know? Like this is that vibe, which honestly I need some of that energy because it's the middle of winter and I'm southern and delicate and we got snow. So I need some of that summer energy. Please and thank you. This just feels so good. It's just vibey, good vibes. Aww. That's such a cute lyric. We're shining bright like the sunset. Even the sunset gets jealous when it sees us. That's just sweet. It's just very sweet. I probably look goofy as hell, but I do not care. Aww. That was so sweet. I loved that one. That was so good. That was just so cute. Like, little summer romance vibes. Aww. The flute. I keep talking about the flute, but the flute was a fantastic choice. I really liked that one. Alright, next up, Stay. Alright, I had to silence my phone because it was buzzing over here, but next up, Stay. I have no idea what vibe we're about to get, but let's go. Ooh! This is so tropical! Ooh. They do really good harmonies. Like, I don't know if that makes sense at all. They got some really good harmonies going on. I feel like there's a lot of groups that or like songs that I've heard from other K-pop groups that don't utilize the fact that there's enough of you to do some really fun harmonies. Do some fun harmonies. They're doing fun harmonies, and I like that. I appreciate them for doing bridges. I love a good bridge. Give me a good bridge. Okay, vocals. Yeah, harmonies. There's really high. That one was super tropical, just like a little shimmy, a shimmy tune, you know? Like, I don't know. If I were a dancer, I don't know. Maybe I would have better words for what that makes me want to do, but I'm not, so I don't. Super tropical, yeah. The lyrics, I was kind of like half looking at and half like trying to listen to all the fun harmonies, because there were some really fun harmonies in that. Towards the end, there was like a really high harmony over, was it the last chorus? Hold on, let me go back. I'm not sure if that was there on previous choruses, but yeah, there's like a high harmony up there, and it's really nice. It sounds really good. I like that. Yeah, lyrics, just I'll always be by your side kind of stuff. Love that. That's very sweet. Aw, you've become the inspiration for these lyrics. Stay with me. It's just very good, very sweet. I think that's kind of my like my phrase for this one. It's just, it's sweet, it's bouncy, it's summery, you know, like that's just the energy. Which, I mean, for something that's like pirate themed, it makes sense for it to be summery, because like when you think of being out on the ocean, you think of summer, not like, I don't know, cold, sad rain. You know? It's just not the vibe that you get when you think pirate. You think tropical, you think warm, Caribbean. We've got one more. I always feel like mini albums are, how do I phrase this? I love them, I hate them because it needs to be more. That's how I always feel. I'm like, okay, but you're calling it an album. It's an EP, guys. It's an EP, and it's very good, but it's too short. That's how I always feel. But I am very much enjoying this, and I'm really excited to sit down with a pen and paper and like pick the songs apart a little bit. Not like in a like critique negative way, just in a like, I want to hear all the elements a little bit more. And I'm currently listening, I mean, like I mentioned, right? I'm listening to like the full picture right now. Listening to the full picture. Like the whole sound. And so if there's something in particular that jumps out at me, I'll mention it. But I'm not like focusing in on any particular element like I will be in my next couple of listens. So, yeah. The last song, which crazy that we're already down to the last one, is called My Way. Let's go in.
Finally we begin, yeah. 길고 길었어 딱 여기까지 수고했던 말은 하긴 일러 아직까지 시작이 반이면 I'm here for the good life I'm on my way 난 멋이 반은 끝까지 즐겨야지 better life 이젠 인정의 삶은 깨나기 marathon 차이는 코스는 가정에서 간단 거 끝없는 지문에 무슨 완전대가 어지럽힐 때 넘겨도 괜찮지만 오늘은 순수히
Aww.
우리 첫 step 쉽진 않겠지만 멈출 순 없어 난 oh yeah 숨가쁘게 roll up go faster no matter what I'm going my way 매일 밤 꿈꾸던 그곳으로 don't worry we just going our way
I love that harmony.
It's in my way can do everything
Aww. Oh, I love this. This is such a little like positive, uplifting mini. Like, this is so good. This just feels like, hey guys, we did it. We did a thing, and we're doing a thing, and look at us, we're here. Like, that's so sweet. I love that. Okay, let me back it up a little bit.
항상 돌봐주길 바랬어 맞아 나 자신에 대해서 혼자가 된단 순간 내게 무척 힘이 들었어 내 곁을 지키던 기억들이 하나씩 무너져갈 때쯤에 주위 둘러싼 모든 것들이 사라진다 생각했기 때문에 돌아보지 않아 인생은 끝이었음 알기에도 흔들렸던 나 자신도 변화인 걸또 알기에도 잊을 수 없다면 즐겨 청춘이란 단어 피게도 이 순간 아픔은 버려 날아가기에
쉽진 않겠지만 멈출 수 없어 난 oh yeah 숨가쁘게 roll up go faster no matter what I'm going my way 매일 밤 꿈꾸던 그곳으로 don't worry we just going our way it's in my way can do everything
Aww.
it's in my way
Bridge again.
어떤 것들도 내 발걸음을 멈출 순 없어 우리 운명을 믿어 힘든 시간은 잊어 난 지금뿐이야
Where are we building to? Yeah. Okay, Jungho, chill. That's just so positive. I really liked that. I really liked that. Especially for a debut. That's just such that's such a bright way to enter, you know? Because they could very easily have come in like with a very different energy, but no, they really came in like, no, we are happy to be here, and like that's just very, I don't know. And I can't say for sure like how they personally felt outside of the music, because I have only seen the music, but that just feels very uplifting, and I like it. Like I mentioned before, Pirate King wasn't my favorite. I did like it, don't get me wrong. It just, I don't know, it didn't grab me quite like some of the others that I've heard in my previous reaction. I'm also a B-sides bitch. Like, I love a B-side. My favorites are usually not title tracks. Not because I dislike the title tracks, but because, I don't know, there's something about a good B-side. That's just where my favorites usually are. I find that B-sides are usually more musically interesting to me. But yeah, that's listen number 1. I'm gonna go ahead and turn off the camera for now. I may turn it back on to take note, to like leave a note about something if I have something I really just want to say on camera. But excuse me. For the most part, this next section will be just me taking notes, and then I'll come back, and the next thing you'll see in this video is gonna be me talking about my thoughts. So I hope you've enjoyed this thus far. I've been having a great time, and you'll see me immediately. I'll see you very soon.
Hello again. So, it has been just a moment for you since you last saw me, but for me it's been a couple of days since I last recorded. Now, for full transparency, this is the 3rd time that I have tried to record me going over my notes on my 2nd and 3rd listens of this album. You may have noticed a significant change in my audio quality. That would be because I'm using my headset mic right now. I'm having some issues with essentially the cable that goes to my good mic is messed up, so I had to order a new one. But that's gonna take a few days to get here, and I did want to get this video out when I said I would. So I said that I would have this out on Monday or Tuesday. It is currently Sunday evening, and I have made the decision to just record with my headset mic for this. And then we'll go from there as far as getting my other mic back in action. Fair warning, the audio issues that I was having with that mic, or that I am having with that mic, will be present just a little bit in the next video, which is the music videos, live performances, and dance practices. But given that that is an initial reaction, I can't exactly refilm it, and the audio problems are relatively minor. When I initially tried to record this, I literally lost all the audio. And then the second time, there was significant issues with the actual footage of the audio, so it was unusable. The third time, right now, we're just using this. Luckily, the footage for the music videos, live performances, and dance practices was not terribly badly affected. So, you will still be getting that video this week. And fair warning, yeah, there's going to be some slight audio issues with it. They're not the worst, but they are noticeable. We do what we can. To get back onto what we're doing now, though, I did take about 3 pages of notes while listening through Treasure Episode 1 all to 0 the second and third times. So, jumping right into this. Fair warning, I may pull up and play certain bits of the songs if I want to show you what I'm talking about when I describe certain parts. Because it's the kind of thing that's really hard to explain in words without actually hearing what I'm referring to, especially with some of the production and instrumentation elements. First song, though, on the album, Intro Long Journey. I didn't really take a lot of notes for this, just because it is an intro. The kind of orchestral pirate music is very cool, but it's not the kind of song they would perform, so I didn't really treat it that way. It does set the scene for the album really, really well, though, and it does make kind of a concept piece, right, out of the album. It puts you kind of in the headspace of, okay, we're doing pirates. This is pirates. And it does that really well. Pirate King. So, my first listen of this, I did say that it wasn't my favorite. But I did say that I thought the performance of it would bring it all together. Now, because it's been a couple days since I first listened to the album, I have already recorded the music videos and live performances. So I can confirm that the performance really does bring it to another level. But even before that, when I listened to the album again, on my second listen, I wrote down that I just liked it a lot more. I got into the groove of it more. It just, like, I don't know, it kind of grew on me in a way where I was like, okay, wait, we're going with it. The lyrics have this kind of like rallying cry kind of effect, where it's like, come on, follow me, we're gonna do this, we're going somewhere, right? Which for a debut album with this concept, you're trying to build a fan base, you're trying to like connect with an audience to take with you on this kind of journey you're starting as a debut, at debut. That's perfect. That's perfect for a title track for debut. Amazing. Excuse my random background noise. Let me mute my desktop audio. I specifically noted that I really liked the vocals on the bridge, especially. One thing I will say, every bridge they've done, I've really liked. They do a great bridge and a great pre-chorus. The outro had this really cool stacked vocal harmony. So it was like an additive vocal harmony where it started with, one pitch and then added 2. Let me find it.
Hey!
That's the last chorus. So not this time. Yeah, I just really liked that. That was just really good. You're gonna hear me mention harmonies and group vocals a lot in this because I love that shit. It just feeds my soul. So me and Ateez are gonna get along just fine because they've been doing a lot of group vocals and harmonies. I said I really liked the pre-chorus melody. Just in general, that vocal melody is really good. And then Hongjoong's verse, where he was kind of half singing, half rapping, I love that. That sounded really good. And I also wrote down just Jungho was flexing, LOL. And I wrote down Jungho was flexing so many times throughout this process that my last note on that is literally just Jungho flexing is just the natural order, huh? Because I have a feeling he's gonna keep doing that. The man can sing, and he knows it, and you know what? Good for him. On my third listen of Pirate King, I said I loved that the instrumentation was kind of brought into the pre-chorus the way it was. So when the song first starts, it's kind of just vocals and then the beat underneath. There's not a lot of underlying melody in the instrumental. And so the way they bring in the instrumentation in the pre-chorus just makes it feel a lot bigger, which, you know, that's kind of the point. There's a really cool, like synthetic harp part that accompanies the vocal melody. There's also like a synth horn, maybe trombone, like that it's emulating on the chorus. That sounds really good. There's also a part, this is just a random little thing that I noticed, but there's a part in the back of the second verse, specifically Mingi's part of the second verse, that I cannot tell if it's a synth part or if it's really filtered vocals, like vocals with an effect on them. But it's very cool, so I'm gonna see if I can find that and play it. Yeah, that. Just kind of like an ah in the back. I don't know. I just like it. It just sounds cool. It's how do I put this? One of the biggest things in making music is the push and pull, right? Building and releasing tension is a major part of making a good song. So that is a fantastic little tension builder in that verse up to the chorus. Like, oh man, so good. It's just very stompy, very high energy, you know, kind of like powerful movement kind of song. Very cool. Moving on to Treasure. So I just wrote for my first listen, this one was a vibe. I love the tropical house feel. On my second listen, I said I love the stacked group vocals on the chorus. And I love the switch up on the second verse. I talk more about that in my third listen notes, production notes. There's some really good harmonies in the chorus that I really liked. Jungho, I think, was doing some ad-libs in the back, and he did some really good runs in there that were just fantastic. The key change at the bridge. Are you kidding me? That key change is so good. Love that key change. I did also say that I love the vocal effects on the intro for Treasure. Like, that just sounds really good. It just sounds good. I also said, so moving into my third listen notes, I love the beat for this song. There's some really cool drum patterns going on in the bottom of the mix. And then talking about the switch up in verse 2. So it's perfect. So this is not a low energy song by any means, but this comes back to what I was saying about push and pull, build and release of tension in music. So you've got the kind of way that the first verse and the first chorus goes, and then that second verse comes in, and I'll play it for you in a second and show you what I mean. There's so much more melody like not melody, there's so much more movement in the underlying melody, the instrumentation underneath, and it really brings the energy way up. And it's great as a build, right? It helps to kind of build things up more. Which when you've got a last chorus that's as explosive as the one in Treasure is, yeah, you're gonna want to do that. Otherwise, that last chorus is gonna feel out of place. But let me see if I can find the part I'm talking about. Here, yeah. Because the beat switches up with it too, but there's that kind of like that little synth part doing a staccato, like very mobile, right? There's a lot of movement in that melody. It's kind of bouncing around, so it really brings up the energy. The build in the pre-chorus up to the main chorus is great. It really kind of drives into that main chorus. Oh, so good. At the key change at the bridge, there's a change up in the drums, the specific like synth drums they were using. So throughout most of it, there's a kind of like, I'll play it from here and show you what I mean. But there's like a brighter sounding drum, more like a snare, right? That's the kind of main element. So yeah, so there's like a brighter kind of sounding drum that goes through most of the song. And then when you get to the key change, they use this kind of lower toned, kind of rounder sounding, like filtered drum effect. And it kind of, it changes the whole vibe, which is fantastic because it means that when it goes back into that last chorus, the previous drum pattern, that brighter sound, hits way harder because you've just heard something a little bit different. So here's that drum. See, it's totally different. Then it starts to build. Clap track comes in. Kick. And then it just hits so much harder because of that. Yeah. Please don't be mad at me for pausing a bunch. I'm like just skipping through to get through the parts that I want to mention. And I have a lot to get through, and I don't want to take like an hour to go through these notes because I know that's boring. So, yeah. Moving on to Twilight. After my first listen, Twilight had the #1 spot for me as favorite from this album. It just was so sweet. The lyrics of it, the tone of it, the kind of, I don't know what it is really, that it just feels like, aw, it gets you, you know? On my second listen, I said San's voice in particular is just so sweet, so delicate, so like, just grabs you by the soul. In that first line in the intro and in the pre-chorus, just like melts your heart immediately. Like, it's just so good. The third verse sounds like a sea shanty in the best way possible. I love that. You are doing a pirate theme. Yes, you should have a little bit of a sea shanty in there. Yes. Fifth verse, Hangjung and Mingi going back and forth. Fantastic. Love that verse. And I love that they ended it the same way it started with San. Just come full circle, tie it off with a bow. perfect. On my third listen, so the piano, I love the piano part. Synth mallets and the flute. Oh my god, I love the flute. I love the flute. Here's the thing. Jazz, flute, synth, tropical house, love song was not on my bingo card for this album. But I am here for it, and I am obsessed. Give me more of that, please. And then the flute part as well, in the like sea shanty section in the third verse. Like, I love it. Hold on, let me pull it up. Okay. Like, the flute part just continuing underneath is so good. And then this whole like this whole flute part going off while Mingy raps too, like what are we doing? Why is there a flute here? I don't know. I love it. Also, so I love that they drop down to just piano and vocals essentially. I mean, there's a little bit more in the mix than that, but the focus is kind of on the piano and vocals for the pre-chorus. Oh, it's so good. It just like strips everything back, and it's so good. It feels like more intimate, which for those lyrics makes sense, right? Next on the list, Stay. Okay. So, after my first listen, I said Stay was my second favorite. Just felt really like uplifting and positive and so sweet. Again, so sweet. Second listen, I said that the pre-choruses in general that I've heard from them have been so good. They're really melodically interesting. Love that. But the one on Stay in particular, I made a note of it. And then harmonies in Stay. There's so many really good harmonies in Stay that were just like, yes, give me more of that. Oh my god, yes. Specifically, there was one I noticed on the pre-chorus. Let me pull that up. Or not pre-chorus, post-chorus. Like, that, a higher harmony on top. I've probably butchered that hum, but we're not talking about it. Sorry, I'm like going over my notes and my handwriting is garbage. So, I probably should have just typed this. Yeah, the harmonies I said. I love the way that the last chorus has like a kind of dropout of backing. Perfect. And then it all comes back in. Yeah, that's so good. I didn't have a ton of notes on my third listen about this one. Not because there wasn't anything going on, like it's really good, the instrumentation and production, but I think the thing that makes this song is the vocalist, the vocal harmonies, the just like really good stuff going on in the vocal melody. I did note that there was like a post-chorus synth part that was pretty cool, and like this twinkly synth thing going on in the bridge. But in general, the thing that is like, oh, oh, that's so good about this song is the vocals. So that's what I mainly focused on. Last but not least, we have My Way. And for my first listen notes, I just wrote down, I think this one is a fan song. I don't know, it just radiates love and positivity. And I stand by that. I've seen them perform it live. This is definitely a fan song. If you want to see that video, it'll be coming very soon. Promise. Second listen, I said this is made to be performed live. I love how conversational Hongjoong's verse feels at the very beginning. And then I also loved the group vocals on the post-chorus. Like, it just feels good. It just feels so good. The lyrics on this one were the biggest thing in the second listen that I noted down. You can just tell they put their whole heart into these lyrics. Let me pull them up really quick. Should have done that before, but you know, love being unprepared. There it is. Okay. So yeah, like Hongjoong's verse, if it's too early to say you've done a good job, if the beginning is just halfway, I'm here for the good life. I'm on my way, I'm gonna enjoy the rest of the other half till the end. Like, and then Mingi's verse in particular really got me. I always wanted you to take care of me. It's true, when it comes to myself, the moment I'm alone, it's so hard for me. So when the memories that stood by me start to collapse one by one, and I thought everything around me would disappear, I don't look back. Knowing that life has no end, I was shaken by myself, knowing even more that it's a change. If I can't forget it, enjoy it. Since the word youth is also in front of us, let go of the pain of this moment. Let it fly away. Those are beautiful lyrics. Like, that's just beautiful. You can tell that they, like, I don't know. You can tell when an artist, like, wrote something with their soul, you know? That's all I had for the second listen. For the third listen, just reiterating again, this was made to be live. There's like live claps and whistles, crowd sounds kind of throughout. Like, this was made for concerts. I also have a little note here that just says rap over piano, and I drew a little heart because I love rap over piano parts. Yes. Can you tell that my first BTS bias was Yoongi? Anyway. Rap over piano in general, though, oh my god, I don't know what it is about it. It just feels so good to me. There's also, in this song, there's a really cool synth sax part that is so good throughout. Oh my god, that's so fun. There's just like, yeah, there's some really cool stuff in this. I mentioned the crowd sounds already. There's also a synth mallet part on the bridge. It's like a descending pattern that sounds really good, and I liked that. I'm gonna let this play out because I feel bad for jumping around so much this video. I'm just vibing now. I look so goofy. That song just feels real good. It just feels real good. This whole album just feels real good. Um, I have to admit, recording this for the third time, I may have rushed through some of these bits. Not because I don't like want to share my thoughts with you, but because I have already recorded this twice. And so now I'm just kind of getting it out. But I have greatly enjoyed this album, and I have already, like I said, recorded the second part of this album reaction, which should be up in the next couple days after this video. And once I've got this video up, I'll be going ahead and getting ready to start recording for the next album. Exciting. And I think my biggest takeaway right now is just that I'm so excited to follow their journey from the beginning. That's why I love doing discography listens chronologically. I mentioned this in my intro to this channel, but the process that we're doing here, where I listen to each album 3 times and do it chronologically, that's genuinely just how I listen to artists that I want to get into. I've done that for BTS, I've done that for Hozier, indie rock band called Death Cab for Cutie, Florence and the Machine. I've done that with Mitski. I've done that. Like, that's how I listen to artists that I really want to get into, right? Because that's just, I just enjoy it. And part of the reason that I love doing that is that with an artist, when you start with an artist's first album, you're seeing almost the beta version, which doesn't mean that that project isn't great. It just means that you know there's so much more left for them to do. You know that they have so much more to grow into from there. So it's really fun to kind of imagine where that could go, and also to see that progress as you listen. I think personally, taking an album in the context of an artist's career, of the discography, is really important to understanding their music. If you listen to just an album on its own as an album, you may love that album. It may be a fantastic album, but it's never going to give you the fullest picture of the artist and what they make. Yeah, that's kind of my little soapbox spiel. But yeah, I am very, very excited to get some more, to get more into this, right? And I really hope that everyone that has watched my video so far, that has subscribed to my channel, that's left comments, I hope you're all having a fantastic day, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you're new around here, I mentioned this earlier, but if you're new here, thank you for stopping by. I really appreciate it. I'm doing this because it's fun for me, and knowing that other people are enjoying it too is just the best possible outcome. I probably wouldn't do this if absolutely no one watched it. But thank you again. I'll see you in the next video in just a couple days. But until then, this has been Corvus Invenit. Vale, mi amici.